everyone, this is Debbie from Debbie Alley's Project 39. What I am doing is this new collab starting today called Crafty Goals 2023. What we are doing is planning our year on how we're going to craft. I believe it was 2019, I was part of a collab, and I tell you, it was one of my most productive years. I followed through with it in 2020, and then this was my crafty goal tracker for 2021, and I did real well for most of the year. Halfway through the year, I just sort of, what's great about bullet journals is there's lots of room and you can be real fancy and decorate it and have lots of fun. But what's not good about bullet journals and decorating it is it takes a lot of effort. And this is what happened middle of the year. It just took a lot of effort to, draw all the pretty pictures and whatever. And I just sort of, I went back to it towards the end of the year, but still, it was, it just wasn't the way that I wanted to track my crafty goals. So I'm going to keep it real simple for this year, and I'm going to start showing you what my crafty goals are going to be, and then I'll show you the method I'm going to use to keep track of it. So I'm going to do quarterly goals as opposed to annual goals. Now, 3 of them are going to be the same, but then I've added a couple different ones. So my annual goal, number 1, is to use my stash. Number 2 is effective social media. And number 3 is beat last year. Now, use my stash is pretty self-explanatory. I actually do have a list of all the things that I have in my stash that I want to use. And I'm not talking ephemera and stickers and that kind of thing, but the paper collection kits and paper pads. And I also have some small paper pads. Most of these I've used over Christmas, so I can do a new list and take that off. But so that's what I want to work with. And this looks pretty easy. I mean, it looks like maybe 15 things, so maybe 20 items to use through the year. So that sounds great. As long as I don't add to my stash, that will be easy to use. So that's what I have to start with. Effective social media, there's a couple of components to that. Number 1, I want to make sure that I post my YouTubes for my design teams when I'm supposed to. So I need to keep track of that, and that's why I wanted it as part of the goal. And I also want to revamp what I do on Instagram. My annual goal number 3 is beat last year. As you may know, I have an Etsy shop, and this is all about beating the numbers for last year. And basically it's adding new mini albums as I put them in, and maybe reducing some prices on some of the old ones and get rid of the old stuff and just keep it fresh. So those are my 3 big goals that I'm going to continue through the year. Now, in the first quarter, I am going to purge and organize. You may know that I live and travel in my RV, so my craft space is pretty small. And by the way, be on the lookout. I will be doing a video of my craft space. And then I also want to rebrand. You may have noticed that I didn't say this is Project 39 mini albums. I'm going to change the name to Debbie Alley's Project 39. And I will be changing some of the colors on my my website, my Etsy shop, and rebranding. And mostly it's with my Etsy shop. I want to make sure that my business cards match the brochures and match the receipts and everything. So that is what I plan on doing for the first quarter. Now, these 2 items will change. I may continue to rebrand. I may continue to purge and organize. I doubt it. But I may have new goals instead of those. But these 3 I will continue through the whole year. Now, the way I'm going to keep track of it is, first of all, keep track of the items that I've used and cross them off when I've used them. And I also have a 2-page sort of a planner page is how I'm going to look at it. So this is for all of January. so I can look at a glance what I want to accomplish. I'm going to plan the items that I want to use for my stash. There are some YouTube videos that I will plan and some Instagram posts that I will plan. And then I will list here the mini albums that I've listed and sold. It probably will be a tick sheet, and then any other changes I've done, and also how it's helped me make some sales. And then here's what I'm going to list as far as my purge and organize and my rebranding. And then this is where I'm going to just pencil in what I plan on doing in the weeks. Like I know I have in week 2, I have a design team video that needs to come out, and I think week 3 also. And I will draw all that in and make sure that I just stick with my commitments. I'll reassess my goals or enter my goals here just so I remember what I need to do. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot to show you because we are just starting out in January. And what I will do is come back in February and show you what I have completed. These will be all filled out, and then we'll show you what I want to plan, what I plan on doing for February as well. So I'd like to invite you to join along with us. If you would like to challenge yourself to fulfill some crafty goals, you know, whether it's organization, whether it's a no spend month or low spend, whether you want to use your stash or you're in a couple of collabs and you want to make sure that you don't forget any videos that are due, I advise you to go ahead and try to set crafty goals for yourself. Go ahead and check the other collaborators who are listed in the description box, as well as one who is on Instagram, and see what they are going to do for their crafty goals. The best thing to do when you're setting goals is to put it out there and say, this is what I plan on doing, and it helps you to stay focused and have some accountability. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and have a fabulous day.